Welcome to the little things. We're going with rainy practice. A dry practice could mean heat, could just mean, you're out there, it's a little hard. The rain makes you feel like a warrior, makes you feel like you're going for something out there. A good class, it starts in your high school and middle school. It's normally a science class, it's normally a history class. You kind of have a cooler teacher. It makes life enjoyable. You've got some friends in there who are also on the same wavelength as you. You kind of look forward to going. Fresh notebook, it's a lot of possibility and hope before when you inevitably never use it. Giving your parents a good gift. Your parents give you a lot, and so when you can really nail a gift or a card for your parents, especially when it's not on a wish list and you come up with it yourself, you're golden. An easy Bluetooth pairing. Sometimes you're trying to connect to a JBL or something, it's not working, it sucks. When I turn something on and it immediately comes up in new devices, oh my God, it makes my day. When time goes faster than you think, when you're on the treadmill, when you're at work and you're just waiting for time to go by quicker, you look at the clock, it's 10, all of a sudden you look back after a meeting or you kind of really jam out to a song and you think, oh, maybe it's been 15 minutes, something like that. Boom, it's an hour has gone by, and then you're more psyched the rest of the day as time continues to pass. A crisp dap up on the first time with someone new, you only get so many first impressions. You're not used to the hand size, you're not used to the way they like to dap. When your minds just kind of collide there and get a crispy one on the first go, dare I say, you kind of have to be friends with them now. Steph Curry's old Vines, hilarious. This makes them even that much better. Basketball edits in general, whoever's editing these basketball clips, they can make anything look epic. And I can appreciate that. It gets me hyped. It gets me hyped up even when I'm trying to fall asleep. Rom-coms, nothing better. When I sit down to watch a movie, my life is already stressful / hard enough. Not that it in the grand scheme of things is. And so if you can make me even chuckle 3 times and then the guy gets with the girl at the end or vice versa, there's something about it I really love. Feel free to let me know some recommendations. I'm a Manchester United fan. There's nothing better than winning the Manchester Derby. The first Manchester United game I watched was in 2014. And since then, we've kind of been on the back foot. So watching Manchester United win the Derby, it's just a good time. Mr. Pibb. I know a lot of people say Dr. Pepper over Mr. Pibb. I'm saying Mr. Pibb. Espressos. I think it has to do with the cup size, number 1. Whenever I have an espresso, I'm somewhere that's nice. The new MacBook keyboards, but when it switched from light gray to dark gray, and the keyboards have a new clack to them, and I really rock with it. When you're killing it on aux, this can be for yourself, you're jamming in your headphones, this can be for other people, you're just on a car ride, or you could be plugged in at a party and the pressure's on. When you're just hitting song after song, you're jamming out, other people are jamming out, there's no better feeling. Worst feeling comes after that the next morning when you're just trying to have some music going and you just can't recreate it. So double-edged sword. Playing peekaboo with a baby in public, it's a risk for me to say this given all of what's going on with younger children in the news right now, but I love hanging out with little kids. They're just so joyful, and so you'll see one in a store and you just hit one of the, sometimes they don't react, soul crushing, sometimes they giggle, makes your day. I'm saying makes your day a lot, but what are you gonna do? AirPods, everyone made fun of them at first, then everyone got them. Marketing genius, maybe. The form factor, the ease of it, they're incredible. I have the Maxes, the headphones. They look cooler, yes. They're not as functional. A good chat with the coworkers. There's a lot of things that you kind of have to grunt through at work or begrudgingly do. 1, the work itself. 2, you're warming up your lunch at the microwave and you've got to ask the 6th person on a Monday how their weekend was. When you kind of have a genuine, natural conversation with the coworkers, it lifts the weight off your shoulders on a long day. It really does. Next up, we're going power tools. Any sort of power tool. I recently got my first set of power tools and I love them. Early morning sports. This is what I miss about sports, ironically, and something I hated during it, is getting up super early and then when you arrive to the field, there's kind of still a level of mist on the grass, crisp air. You hate when the alarm goes off, but looking back, you'd want to experience it again. Runner's high. The first month of running sucks. Once you get through the first month, it becomes bearable. And then the best part is once you're done, you actually can start to enjoy the endorphins. Full tank of gas. Low tank of gas, all you're thinking is, can I make it home? Do I have enough money to pay for the next tank? Once you've come to the realization you have enough money and you're not gonna run out of gas, you know that you're gonna be peaceful for a couple days. That makes you have less things on your plate. And who doesn't love that? Morning recap. It's like you get to live the night again. It's often funnier, you get more perspectives. Home Depot, my favorite store. It's adult Legos. Kirkland. Whenever you see a Kirkland product, they've done it right, they've done it well, and they've done it cheap. The only thing that I might be able to hate on Kirkland wise is like if they made a quinoa, but I'm just not big on quinoas. That's not against Kirkland. Trader Joe's Takis. I'll have to find the actual name of these. They've made a better Taki. Twitter, when something is happening that's universally experienced or that's trending, people are making memes and iterating on them in real time, and nothing cracks me up more. When you're from a smaller town and it's in the news. So I'd imagine if you live in New York, you don't get hyped when someone says New York City in the news. When someone says my hometown on the news, it instills a pride in the town that I don't have at any other hour of the day. When the new album was actually good, let's face it, most of the time when an artist drops a new album these days, it sucks. I think it's partially to do with you only remember the good songs, the good couple of songs on the other albums. Anyway, when the new album meets the expectations you had for it, it's almost like you escaped death. Stomp or gospel music, I don't know what it's called, but whatever is happening in Southern Black churches, take me there now and teach me how to do it. Flavorful meat, whatever it is, as long as it's not Beyond Meat and you got flavor in that thing, ooh, baby. A bear hug with an older person. Whatever it is about hugging an older person, maybe it's just the reps they've got in on hugs. You literally experience a warmth. A good picture. It can just be good for you. It doesn't need to be objectively good. And you're just like, wow, this was awesome. When you procrastinate on something and it ends up being really easy, you thought you were going to have to really stress for 4 hours straight to cram in this assignment, and then it ends up being a 10-minute worksheet, and you go, oh. Saying keep the change, keep the change, keep the change. I was a cashier. I was relieved I wouldn't have to count out coins. Also on the customer side, when I say keep the change, it's kind of like, you know what, I'm doing good. A shirtless day when you're ready for it and you've been chowing all summer and haven't gone to the gym in weeks, going on months. And for some reason, everyone wants to all of a sudden do shirtless activities at that point. But when you're prepared for it, you're waiting for an excuse to take it off. Great fitting clothes. When it fits well, it could make like the worst pink leather pants ever kind of be like, okay, I'm really rocking with these. A proper diner breakfast, eggs, sausage, toast, the whole spread with a juice even, it's a real treat. When you take a form of public transit where you need to switch at like a station, for example, like if you need to switch a station midway through and you pull that off flawlessly without having to panic or look at a map again, you're some sort of ninja or samurai that can just bend space and time to get to wherever you're trying to go. The way that this fin meets up with the back of a Porsche really just makes my eye happy to be open. Prime Neymar. He brought a flair back to soccer during a time that it was starting to get robotic, transitioning into like the robotic Pep Guardiola / the bus era. The PSG transfer is probably one of the worst things that's ever happened in the sport. A good sleep. You're able to hit the sheets for a solid REM sleep 10 hours. That's when you know your body just absorbs some sort of ions that you've been needing. Good fruits and veggies. You realize, you know what? Maybe the seed oils probably aren't good for me, maybe. You're probably just genetically inclined to eat things from the earth. Monopoly. When people are into Monopoly, it's awesome. I would die for Boardwalk and Park Place. A home-cooked heavyweight is what I'm going to call this next one. Every family's got a different one. That home-cooked meal, that is the classic. Grandma's making her secret meatballs or something like that. Especially after a streak of like we're experimenting with things. Garage sales, yard sales, estate sales, need I say more? And you kind of get to like spy on people a little bit and see like, you know, Steve, what were you doing buying a, Aztec sacrifice statue? Why do you have that? You like golf. Taking a test you're prepared for, especially a math test, you know what you're doing? It's kind of fun. Restaurant bread or chips, honestly better than the meal. I wish people would put on the front of their restaurant if they have complimentary chips and bread. I would just be like, you know what? I'll pay you a tenner for you to keep bringing baskets of this. Drinking from glass bottles, it's more satisfying than a can and more sophisticated than a cup. A hometown playoff run. I'm from the Bay Area, so I've been able to witness a good amount of these, fortunately, but that first hometown championship run for that team, there's something special about it. A fast download. You set a standard of internet instantaneous. Then I gotta download something, I hate it. Fast download, at least it minimizes the pain. Getting someone something unexpected. Flowers, a little like, yo, I got you a snack, or I got you on this. Don't even worry, throw it on the card. Daydreaming. I love daydreaming. You can be anything. It truly, I think, can make you happier and more hopeful about things. When the weight feels light, it's the opposite of the depths and despair of lifting the same weight you have been for a month, and all of a sudden you're, squeaking out reps barely. Friday's better than Saturday. I don't know where the general populace sits on this debate. Cooking, it's like Legos with food. Cooking things means you get to eat whatever you want. Walkable downtowns, park, putz around for a day. It's the best because you go to more, you don't have to have a destination. It's not a one and done. Summer 2016, they gave us a little bit of a grace period before it all went nuts. Pulling a card, when you buy a pack, it's a gamble every time, and if you don't get anything in it, you're like, why did I spend the money? Seriously, feels like you've won the lottery, but it's probably worth $4 on eBay. Post-beach, pre-dinner on a vacation that I've always known in my heart of hearts. It was re-brought to my attention by someone on the internet a little bit ago, so I'm not gonna claim this is an original thing. You go back to a hotel room, and you've got these clean sheets, then you're laid out on that, your skin's a little bit leathery, crispy, but it's not hurting yet. Then you go to dinner, and you're recharged, and it's a good dinner. That in-between period is something that's underappreciated and therefore is loved. Window shopping. Going out shopping without anything that you necessarily need to buy, right? Your mind is open to buying something, but there's no pressure to find the thing you're looking for, so there's no room for you to be angry that you don't find it. A bunch of weird little shops that you would never go to otherwise.